So if you'll notice, if in a polarized world, if you're putting incredible weight on this concept of individual sovereignty, based on the perception that data extraction, which is a word that is being used by the Federal Trade Commission, it's being used by the civil society in Europe. It's a term that is reflective of the theories of Shoshana Zuboff. If you take that perception to its ultimate conclusion, that the weight around individual sovereignty becomes much stronger, and you have to shift sort of the concept of what is sound and trustworthy processing over to the side to make that balancing work. In other words, that the weight around individual sovereignty is just the dominant weight and leads to a regulatory concept that is more restrictive in the way we think about the use of data. And it's that concept of individual sovereignty that was discussed yesterday on the Wire Wheel conference by Jessica Rich in terms of the FTC views on what is an extraction economy and how that should be regulated and how that should go into fairness, or the thoughts being put forward by None of Your Business in Europe, and the reflection in work by, for example, the ICO on digital marketing. This is a reflection of this concept that individuals are losing sovereignty over their data. They should have sovereignty over their data, and that we should counterbalance to take that into account. Please change the slide. And please change it one more.
There we go.
So if you're a person in the European community who's responsible for digital innovation and pushing forward a digital agenda and the pieces of that digital agenda, or if you're in the Canadian government, and again, you're trying to push artificial intelligence as the new growth factor in that economy, or you're in Hong Kong and you're looking to compete with Singapore and you're trying to create an innovative space for that, then you begin to say that knowledge creation and data innovation is much more important. You look at the AI regulation, and the AI regulation in Europe is a softer touch piece of regulation that is then in competition with the concepts being put forth by the European Data Protection Board, which are becoming more and more restrictive in the way they look at things, and the whole shifting of the trustworthy path forward begins to shift. You really want that balance beam to be in the center.